Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon as we explore Chicago, the Windy City with Amtrak Vacations. Chicago has over 48 million visitors a year, so it's no wonder it's one of our most popular destinations. I want to introduce myself. I'm Jackie Malecki and I will be your presenter today. I am excited because at the end of this presentation, I'll be giving away a $100 Amtrak Vacations gift certificate to one lucky attendee so they can put it towards their future Amtrak Vacations package. And stay tuned because I do have some exclusive discounts just for all of you for attending today. If you want to book any of these packages that you're going to hear about, you can give us a call at 1-800-AMTRAK2. That's 1-800-268-7252, or you can also call your local travel agent. If you do have any questions at all during this presentation, please feel free to type it into your questions box there, right on the right-hand side of the screen, and I'll make sure to leave a little bit of time at the end to answer those questions. So let's get right to it. So why should you travel with Amtrak Vacations? Well, first of all, it's a bucket list experience to travel by train. And you'll see some beautiful sights in parts of the country that you would never see just by flying or driving. There's room to roam on board the train as you're traveling to your destination. You're not stuck in your seat like you are when you're in a car or on a plane there. You can get up, walk around, stretch your legs, maybe go to the observation car with the large glass windows there to take in all those beautiful sights. It's less hassle when you book with us because we take care of it all for you. It has everything all packaged up, your hotels, your sightseeing tour, the rail, even some of the meals. We also have e-tickets and electronic documents to make things easier. The train has city-to-city service. What I mean by this is the train will pick you up right in the heart of one city and bring you right to the next one, right to downtown, city center. So it's not like the airports where you're on the outskirts trying to commute into the city. You can satisfy your hunger on board. There's a dining car and all the long-distance trains with a chef that's preparing the meals. And it's not like food on the domestic airlines at all. It doesn't come to your seat prepackaged. You're unwrapping your sandwich there. I had dinner on the train a little while ago, and I had a delicious steak dinner. There's also a snack car if you do want to grab a quick bite in between meals. And we have lots of flexibility with our packages. Most of them have daily departures, and we can customize any of our packages to make the perfect vacation for you. Now, I always love showing this map because a lot of people don't realize the extent that Amtrak travels to. It goes to 46 of the 48 continuous states. Now, last year, 31.6 million people traveled on Amtrak. And that's people coming from all over the U.S. and all over the world, really, that all just want to enjoy a nice, leisurely, beautiful train ride. You'll notice Chicago there, it's kind of like the main hub for the Amtrak long-distance trains. There's a lot of routes leaving and taking you into Chicago. But that's what makes it such a great destination, is it's so easy and convenient to get to. So one thing to keep in mind is the different types of products that we have to offer. We have our rail getaways. Those are our single city trips, and we add in the Amtrak rail from your local station taking you there. We have our family adventures. Those are great for multi-generational travelers, lots of family-friendly activities included, and the pricing that we have on it for children is incredible. So it really makes those vacations affordable for families. This year, it's the Centennial for the National Park. They're some of our top requested destinations. We have lots of packages going out through the national parks, a lot of them starting in Chicago, then taking those long-distance trains over to the national parks. And we also have our independent rail journeys. Those are our multi-city trips, so we include the hotels, tours, sightseeing, but you take Amtrak to get you from city to city. And I'll talk about a few different packages that we have, kind of covering all those different product types. But one thing to keep in mind while I talk about the packages and different options that you have is how you get to the start and home at the end of the packages. There's over 500 Amtrak stations that you can actually choose to start from. So we can add the rail from whichever station is closest to you to start a package, but you also have the option to fly to the start of a package, train from city to city, and then fly home. So it all depends on how much time you have for your vacation and how long you'd like to be on the train for. But when you take an Amtrak Vacations trip, the vacation starts the moment you step on the train. You can just immediately sit back in your seat, in your sleeping cabin there, and just relax and just start taking in those beautiful sights there. So now let's get right to it. There is so much to see and do while you're in Chicago. So let's start here at Chicago's Navy Pier. And the first Ferris wheel, it actually made its debut in Chicago at the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition. And today, Navy Pier is home to a 15-story Ferris wheel, which is actually modeled after the original one. And it's right there on Navy Pier. There's also a carousel there. There's some different little restaurants. You can grab a bite to eat. Lots to do there. Has amazing views looking back on the skyline there. And it also looks out to Lake Michigan. There's also the Chicago River Walk. If you want to take a nice leisurely stroll right along it, there's a nice pathway there. There's also some great restaurants and bars lining the River Walk. And it's close to Michigan Avenue, which Michigan Avenue is also known as Magnificent Mile. And it's famous for all the shopping that it has to offer. I mean, everything from your chain stores, like your H&M's, to some boutique shops, to some high-end stores like your Gucci, your Prada's. Lots to do and explore there. We also offer some boat tours along the Chicago River. We have a great architecture cruise, and it's a guided tour, and they talk about the story of Chicago's rise from the Great Fire of 1871 to how it became the home of the skyscraper and the cradle of modern American architecture. So amazing views that you'll have from the river there, going right through all those skyscrapers there as you travel along the Chicago River. There's also the Skydeck Observation, and that's at the top of the Willis Tower, which is formerly the Sears Tower. It's the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere at 110 stories high. And the Skydeck, it offers views like you've never seen before. And up there's actually a glass box that extends out, and it has glass floors, glass walls, and if you're not afraid of heights, you can look straight down, and it's 1,353 feet. So absolutely incredible to see. It has amazing views of not just Chicago, but on a clear day, the views actually span up to 50 miles in 4 states. It's by far the best view you're going to get of Chicago. There's Cloud Gate in Millennium Park. It's nicknamed the Bean for its shape, and it's really become an iconic sculpture of Chicago. It's made of stainless steel, and it's seamless, so it's incredible to see it. And it was actually inspired by liquid mercury. And this mirror-like surface, it reflects the Chicago skyline, but its elliptical shape kind of distorts and twists the reflected images. So as you walk around the structure, it kind of acts like a funhouse mirror and distorts your reflection. So it's really fun to take some pictures with your reflection there and the skyline in the background. The park does run along Michigan Avenue, known for all those shops there. But also in Millennium Park is Lurie's Gardens. And that's beautiful to see and walk around during the summer months. Now, if you're traveling there during the winter, during the holidays, the park is actually the location of the annual Christmas tree lighting. There's also an ice skating rink there. So definitely if you're going for the holidays, you'll have to go to Millennium Park. There's Buckingham Fountain in Grant Park. So it's the Clarence Buckingham Memorial Fountain, and it's one of the largest in the world. And the fountain's water capacity is 1.5 million gallons. Absolutely incredible to see. Again, you have the beautiful skyline right there in the background. We also have lake cruises, taking you out on Lake Michigan, looking back at the city and Navy Pier. You can see the Ferris wheel right in the middle of that picture there. But there's two other magnificent buildings on the Navy Pier. There's the auditorium and the head house. The auditorium, that's the one in the front that you can see, has a high half-dome ceiling. It's home to various events. There's a beautiful grand ballroom there. But the head house, which is just behind it, is home to Chicago's Children's Museum. So if you are traveling with kids or grandkids, definitely check it out while you're there at Navy Pier. And no trip to Chicago would be complete without getting some delicious Chicago-style pizza. But to get to Chicago, again, you can start from any of the 500 Amtrak stations to take you there. So now I want to get into some of the packages that we have to offer. So we have our Chicago Getaway. Our Getaway packages, again, those are our single city trips via the rail from your local Amtrak station. They're perfect for weekend getaways. You just want kind of a quick trip, want to go somewhere. And this one here, it's 2 nights hotel accommodations. And we have a wide variety of hotels to choose from in the city to really help fit, anyone's price point. There's a certain location. If you really love to shop, you want to be right at Magnificent Mile, we can do that for you. Maybe you want to be right by Navy Pier. Again, we can certainly set that up. Just let us know. This package here, it also includes the Chicago City Pass. And that City Pass gives you access to some of the most popular attractions in Chicago, like the Shedd Aquarium, the Field Museum of Natural History, has admission to the Sky Deck, which is the observation deck I mentioned with those glass floors and walls. And your multi-day hop-on, hop-off tour that's included, it's going to double as a tour and also act like your transportation to take you to all those attractions that are included in the City Pass and so many more. But the hop-on, hop-off tours, they really are the best way to see the city because you get to travel at your own pace. You can choose where you want to get off and explore. So for example, you can take it to the Willis Tower, hop off to go up to the Sky Deck there, hop on the next bus that's coming through on that loop there, and enjoy the ride and views sitting up on the open top if it's a nice day out. You can drive down Magnificent Mile, see all those shops. Maybe some people are going to get off the bus there, but maybe you want to take it and keep going to Navy Pier to ride the Ferris wheel. It's all up to you. Chicago is home to about 60 museums, over 700 public artworks, and more than 90 art galleries. So there's so much to do and see in Chicago. So if you're thinking 2 nights is not enough time to take on the city, no worries. We can add some more nights on to the package. That's the beauty of Amtrak Vacations. We can customize any of our packages to fit your needs. We have our Chicago Family Adventure. Now this one here, it does include round-trip rail from Dearborn, Michigan. But if you do want to start this package from another Amtrak station, give us a call and we can certainly change that. Dearborn just happens to be one of the most popular stations people doing this package start from. So that's why we included the rail from there. Our family adventures, though, they've been great for multi-generational travelers. And a big part of the popularity is really the train experience and the quality time that parents get to spend with their kids and, siblings or hanging out, playing with each other. They have uninterrupted quality time on the train to chat, play cards and board games, and really step away from technology. And that doesn't happen when flying or driving. We all know when people get on the airlines there, they sit down in the seat, the first thing they do is pull out their iPad, iPod, put in their headphones, and no one's really talking or hanging out. The experience on the train, it's very different. Of course, there's some people that may want to just sit back, listen to some music, and enjoy the beautiful sights, but there's also a lot of people that are getting up, walking around, socializing. You'll see families playing games together. So it's just really exciting. You can really pull the kids away from their technology and spend time with them. Plus, our kid pricing on these packages is amazing, and it makes these really affordable for families to do. But anyways, this package here includes 3 nights at the Holiday Inn Chicago Mart Plaza. And included is breakfast at the hotel every morning. It also includes that city pass to get you into all the top attractions, and that hop-on, hop-off to take you to all those sites. You don't have to worry about public transportation or trying to find some taxis to take you all around. And again, this one includes the rail from Dearborn, Michigan, but we can start it from any of the 500 Amtrak stations. As I mentioned earlier, Amtrak's main hub is Chicago, and there's a lot of long-distance trains running out from there. So we have a lot of people that they visit Chicago, and they continue on their trip. They do one of our independent rail journeys, one of our multi-city trips. This one here, it's our Glacier National Park Express. This route, it does have some overnights on the train. So whenever you see that red arrow with the 1, that means it's 1 night that you're sleeping on the train. All of our pricing is based on coach accommodations, but you can upgrade to a sleeping cabin on the train. And a little bit later in this presentation, I will talk about the different accommodations and show you some images of the different options that you have for those sleepers. But it starts in Chicago for 2 nights. Included is a great architecture cruise going through the Chicago Harbor, through the river there. You have lots of free time to explore too, check out the Bean at Millennium Park. But then you're going to continue on the Empire Builder, which is going to take you over to Glacier National Park. There's no easier way to get to Glacier National Park than by train. And I say this because where the train pulls up, where that station is, you're going to step off the train, and it's 208 steps to the front lobby of the Glacier National Park Lodge, which is where you'll be staying. And it's a national park in northern Montana, so it's a remote location. It's a far drive for anyone to get to. There's no major airports that are by either. So taking the train, you get a nice, leisurely, relaxing train ride. You get to enjoy all those beautiful sights that takes you right to your hotel there. While you're there, you'll have a boat cruise on to Medicine Valley, which is like a hidden gem in Glacier. And your transportation taking you there, that's included as well. So you really don't even need to worry about having a car, getting a rental car, anything like that. The next day, you're going to have the Big Sky Circle Tour, and that's the most inclusive tour that's offered, and it's going to take you all around the park. So you'll travel through Maria's Pass and stop for some wildlife viewing at Goat Lick. The tour will then go over to Lake McDonald, which is the largest lake in the park, and there you can purchase an optional lunch before your tour continues on, touring the Hemlock Forest and the Grand Cedar landscapes. And then you're going to ascend high on the famous Going to the Sun Road, and the photo opportunities that you have there are endless. Absolutely incredible. A big highlight of this tour, too. Then it's going to continue going up to Logan's Pass, then down to St. Mary Valley, and ending back at the hotel there. So the following day, you're going to take the train and continue on that overnight train route, bringing you to Seattle. You have a hop-on, hop-off tour of the city. It'll take you to all the best sites like Seattle's waterfront, Pike's Place Market. You can see them there, tossing the fish around, all that fresh seafood. It'll take you to the Space Needle, where you'll actually have admission included to take you up to the top for great views of Seattle, the water, the mountains in the background. You'll also get admission to Chihuly Garden and Glass. That's right next to the Space Needle there, so very easy and convenient to get to. And it has those beautiful glass-blown sculptures there, amazing to see and check out and just walk around. And that's our 10-day Glacier National Park trip, starting in Chicago, taking the Empire Builder route over to Glacier National Park, and then continuing on to Seattle. We have our Grand Canyon Discovery. This year, again, it's the centennial for the National Parks. It's the 100th birthday of the National Park Service, and they're expecting record-breaking attendance this year. The national parks are among some of our top destinations and some of the most requested that we have. So this tour here begins in Chicago. You have that multi-day hop-on, hop-off sightseeing pass. You can do some shopping on Magnificent Mile, explore Navy Pier, tour the parks, walk around at your leisure. Then you're going to get on the train and you're going to head down to Santa Fe. You'll stop there for 2 nights. And it has a rich history with its Hispanic, Anglo, and Native American cultures, and their influences can all be seen in the architecture there with some of those Pueblo-style housing, and you'll learn all about it on your walking tour. It's also the 3rd largest art market, and over 300 galleries are there. So during some of your free time there, you'll have to walk around and check out some of the paintings, sculptures, and jewelry there. Then you're going to continue on the train going over to Williams. It's known as the gateway to the Grand Canyon. It's a quaint little town on old Route 66. There's a nice little downtown area with some shops and some breweries you'll have some time to check out. But you are going to get to Williams that night, so you're going to spend a night at the Grand Canyon Railway Hotel. The next morning, you'll get up, you'll have breakfast right there at the hotel before going outside to enjoy the Wild West shootout show that they put on. And then you're going to board the Grand Canyon Railway to the South Rim. You're going to travel through the beautiful Ponderosa pine forest there. When you arrive at the South Rim, there's going to be a motor coach there meeting you. It's going to pick you up and take you on a great tour to all the best scenic overlooks of the canyon. At the end of that tour, it'll take you back and you'll have a buffet lunch included at the MAJESTIC Hotel. You'll be able to spend a night there right at the South Rim, right by the canyon's edge. In the morning, if you choose, you can get up early, watch that desert sunrise over the canyon. Absolutely incredible. You have some free time, too, if you want to do a little hiking around the canyon. And that afternoon, you're going to have a transfer that will take you down to Flagstaff. Flagstaff is a nice town surrounded by mountains and deserts and the Ponderosa pine forest there. It's also a lot cooler than Phoenix in the desert. So even if you are traveling there during the summer, the average high is about 70 to 80 degrees, so it's a lot cooler, especially when the sun goes down at night, so definitely bring a jacket there. It's not like going to Phoenix in the summer. It's 100 degrees, 110 degrees there, so it is a little bit cooler by Flagstaff and by the canyon. But the next day, you're going to have a full day in Sedona. You will have transportation that's going to take you down there, and you're going to have a guided Jeep tour included through the red rocks. They're just so rich with that beautiful color. And then your transfer is going to take you back up to Flagstaff. So that's our 10-day Grand Canyon discovery from Chicago, going to Santa Fe, Williams for a night before continuing to the Grand Canyon, then down to Flagstaff and touring Sedona. Now keep in mind, you do have the option to train or fly to start or end of your trip, or even do a combination. So for example, if you live in Los Angeles, you may want to fly to Chicago, train from city to city, and then train home from Flagstaff. It all depends on where you're coming from, how long you want to be on the train. If you choose to add the rail to or from your hometown, we can add that onto the package without a problem. Just give us or your travel agent a call and we can adjust the package for you. We have our jazz, blues, and rock and roll trip. The term jazz was actually coined in Chicago back in 1914. And this trip here starts in Chicago with a multi-day hop-on, hop-off sightseeing tour to take you to all of those top attractions there. Then you're going to continue on the train. It's an overnight train ride that will bring you to Memphis in the morning, home of Elvis, the king of rock and roll. There's a great tour that's included of Memphis, taking you all around the city. And it also includes admission to Graceland, which is Elvis's home. There you can see his car collection, the museum. Really exciting and great highlight of this package here. Then you're going to continue on south, going to the birthplace of jazz. You'll enjoy a battlefield cruise in New Orleans aboard a paddle wheel boat. You'll have a tour of the city taking you to Jackson Square. You can see the famous St. Louis Cathedral, the French Quarter, take a stroll down Bourbon Street. You'll also have some free time there, so I recommend maybe checking out some of the jazz clubs or trying some delicious Cajun foods. And that's our 9-day jazz, blues, and rock and roll trip, touring the Midwest from Chicago down to Memphis and ending in New Orleans. And there you can see Jackson Square and that famous cathedral right in the background. For anyone that's looking for a cross-country journey, we have our Great American Majestic Landscapes. This one here, it really is a bucket list experience as you get to see America by rail. It starts in New York City. You have a hop-on, hop-off tour included. Again, these take you to all the best sites that the cities have to offer. You can check out the Empire State Building, go to Times Square, take a stroll around Central Park, visit Rockefeller Center. But then you're going to take the train. It leaves right out of Penn Station, and you're going to continue on going over to Chicago. And check out these amazing views on the sky deck. That family, they're on that glass box that extends out. You can see those views looking down, looking out, and that is included in your city pass on this trip. And your hop-on, hop-off tour that takes you all around the city will also take you right here. So again, you don't have to worry about public transportation or taxis trying to get around the city. So we make sure that it's included for you to make things really easy. You're going to continue along to Denver, traveling through the Midwest Plains and over to Mile High City with its beautiful mountain scenery. There's a great tour included of the city there. This train ride, it's the California Zephyr. It's one of my favorite train rides. Absolutely beautiful, especially as it goes around Denver and through Colorado there, because the train winds around the Colorado Rockies during the day. It goes to places that no cars can view. You won't see these views and landscapes by driving, and definitely not if you're flying there. But from Denver, you're going to continue on going over to San Francisco. You'll have 2 nights in San Francisco. You'll have lots of free time to explore the city at your own pace. You can see the Golden Gate Bridge. Definitely recommend checking out Ghirardelli Square and going to the shop there. Maybe get some delicious hot chocolate and their fresh-baked cookies, or maybe grab one of their amazing sundaes that they have. You can also go to Pier 39 and Fisherman's Wharf. Has some great views of Alcatraz looking across the bay. There's lots of shops and restaurants with some great seafood there. And you're going to have a full-day trip taking you to Napa Valley and doing some wine tasting at some of the top wineries. And the best part is you don't have to worry about driving or where you're going to go to next. We have you covered. So just relax and enjoy all that wine. And that's our Great American Majestic Landscapes, 12 days across America. And it's an unforgettable journey. Starts in New York City, goes over to Chicago, Denver, San Francisco, and then touring Napa Valley. New for 2016 was our Rail Experience packages. And we have a few different variations of these, and they instantly became a hit. One of our top sellers is our Western Rail Experience here. These packages, they're great for those that really want, well, a train experience. And that's the focus of these packages, with just a night or 2 at the destinations. This package here starts in San Francisco, although it doesn't have any overnights there, so you would just jump right on the train from San Francisco. And then you'll travel north on the beautiful Coast Starlight going up to Seattle. It is an overnight on board the train. Our pricing, it's all based on coach accommodations, but you can upgrade to a sleeper, which I highly recommend. So you get the full Amtrak experience. It'll make those overnights more comfortable. You'll wake up well rested. Plus, with sleeping accommodations, all the meals are included in the dining car. So it's a huge value. And in just a minute, I'll go through those different accommodations on board. In Seattle, you'll have a hop-on, hop-off tour to take you all around to Pike's Place Market, to go to the Space Needle, the waterfront, and so much more. Then you're going to take that Empire Builder traveling through Glacier National Park as you continue on to Chicago. And the tour, it'll take you all around the city and you can sightsee at your leisure. Then you're going to hop back on the train, taking the Southwest Chief as you travel along to Los Angeles. There's so much to see and do in LA, and your tour, it's going to take you to some of those best sites there, including Hollywood Boulevard to see the Walk of Fame with the stars on the sidewalk, the Chinese Theater with the hand and footprints. You can go see the Hollywood signs, shop on Rodeo Drive, maybe see someone famous while you're there. You can go to Venice Beach or Santa Monica Pier. And that's our Western Rail Experience round trip from San Francisco. It's an 11-day bucket list trip touring America by rail. Really is an incredible experience. And if you don't live in San Francisco, maybe you live in the Los Angeles area, no problem. We can tweak the package to start there instead, or any stop along the Amtrak route system. And I'd say that this package was created for the train enthusiasts, but we found that a lot of our passengers are actually first-time Amtrak riders, and they really just wanted a scenic train trip. So that's just a select few of our packages and destinations that we had. Again, today's focus was really on Chicago and some of our packages we have going there, as well as some of our multi-city trips leaving or traveling through Chicago. We have over 50 destinations though. You can go to AmtrakVacations.com, click on our Destinations tab, and you can check out all those packages that we have to offer. And if you aren't finding something that you love there, no worries. Give us a call because we can go ahead and tweak or customize any package to fit into your needs. So I know I talked a lot about the Amtrak train, the different accommodations, kind of mentioned them there, talked a little bit about the Amtrak experience, but I do want to take a few minutes and go into a little bit more detail. There's coach accommodations on the train. It's not like coach on the airlines at all. No one's getting stuck in the middle seat there. It's aisle or window. There's a lot more legroom that you have, so you don't have to worry about the person in front of you putting their seat back and it's hitting your knees. You can still stretch out there. Those seats, they do recline back at a 45-degree angle. On other long-distance trains, there's also a footrest a leg rest, I should say, that will come up too. So it does make any long train rides very comfortable. We certainly have some passengers that will do the overnights and coach accommodations, anyone that's a little bit more budget conscious there, and they're extremely comfortable on it. But I highly recommend doing the sleeping accommodations for the overnights because it really just gives you the full Amtrak experience. There's two different types of sleeping accommodations. There's the Roomette. That's actually the most popular category that we have. It's 2 seats during the day. Those seats, they face each other there. There's a table that comes out if you want to play cards, board games, maybe grab a snack, eat it in your room there. At night, it's bunk beds. Those 2 seats fold down to make a lower bunk, and there's an upper bunk that comes down. Don't worry, you don't have to worry about doing that. Your train car attendant will come by. You can let him know what time you'd like those beds put down, and he'll take care of all that for you. At the end of the train car, there's a private but shared bathroom and shower, and that's exclusively for people with Roomette accommodations. So those in coach don't have access to those bathrooms and showers there. There's also the bedroom accommodations. It's similar. It's a little bit larger though, so it's still 2 seats during the day, although one of those seats where that gentleman is sitting, it's more of a love seat, so you can actually easily fit 2 people next to each other there. It's bunk beds at night, but the biggest difference is the bedroom has its own private bathroom and shower right in that room. But with both of those sleeping accommodations, the Roomette or the bedroom, all the meals are included in the dining car. So it's a great value that you're getting for it. Here's just a few more images of what it looks like at night with those beds made up. You can see they're very comfortable, relaxed. They're going to get a good night's rest there. That top picture on the left, that's the handicap accessible bedroom. So if you were in a wheelchair traveling with someone that is, when you're making your reservation, just let us know so we can book that room for you, because Amtrak is handicap accessible. That picture right under it, what that is there, it's actually 2 bedrooms that are next to each other, and there's a dividing wall that we can request to have opened up. So it's great if families are traveling together, or sometimes just friends that want to be together so they can all hang out during the day and chat with each other. This year is by far my favorite place to hang out on any train ride. It's the observation car. And when you walk in there during the day, it is instantly brighter with all those windows, that sunlight coming in. Everyone there is really friendly. It's a nice place to hang out. Everyone has great stories to tell, where they're coming from, where they're traveling to. Again, there's people from all over the U.S. and even people from different countries that are all riding the train. So really fun place. And everyone's welcome there, whether you have a sleeping cabin or if you're traveling in coach, you can certainly go to the observation car. As I mentioned earlier, the meals are included in the dining car with those sleeping accommodations like the roomettes or the bedrooms. If you are traveling in coach accommodations, you can still go to the dining car. You'll just purchase your meal on board. But the food, it really is spectacular. For breakfast, they'll have omelets and pancakes. For lunch, they'll have burgers, sandwiches, salads. For dinner, they'll have steak, chicken, salmon. They even have desserts, whether it's their cheesecake, tiramisu. So all delicious food. And there's nothing like sitting in the dining car, enjoying your meal, and just traveling through the Colorado Rockies, winding through the mountains, and just taking in those beautiful mountain landscapes. So how do you book one of our trips? There's a few different ways. You can call one of our vacation specialists, and they'll be able to help you out. They can also help you out with customizing anything, making any adjustments, or adding the rail from your local Amtrak station to start any of our packages or to get you back home. You can book our packages online at amtrakvacations.com. You can also call your local travel agent who will be able to book any of these packages for you. They can also help you to customize any of these trips, and if you are looking to maybe fly to the start or home at the end, they can certainly assist you in booking those airline reservations. I do want to mention we also have a travel protection option. So if it comes down to it, you can cancel your trip for any reason up until 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, the business day prior to your departure, and you'll get a full refund minus the cost of that trip protection. It also protects you while you're on your trip and has some coverage there. So it is optional, but I do highly recommend it, as you never know what may happen. We do have some great everyday discounts on the Amtrak rail portion of your trip. There's one for veterans, anyone a part of Veterans Advantage. There's a military discount for active military and their families. There's a senior discount. Seniors are anyone 62 or older. There's a AAA discount. Your local AAA travel agent can also assist you with making your reservation and getting you that discount there. And children on Amtrak are ages 2 to 12. They receive 50% off the rail portion of their Amtrak Vacations trip. But to say thank you for all of you for attending today, I do want to offer an exclusive discount. It's on select 2016 independent rail vacations. And if you book by April 27th, so you have 2 weeks, I'll give you $300 off per couple. So that promo code is webinar APR. And that discount there applies to some of the multi-city packages I talked about today, like our Glacier National Park Express, our Grand Canyon Discovery, and our Jazz, Blues, and Rock and Roll, which was touring Chicago, Memphis, and New Orleans. And I know that's a lot of information that I gave you today with the different promos there, with some of the packages that we talked about today. So I do have a handout. You can download it right on the right-hand side of your screen there. It has all that information. If you do have any questions at all, please feel free to type it into your questions box there, and I'll definitely make sure to answer some of those questions. Before I go ahead and answer those questions, though, I do want to announce our lucky $100 Amtrak Vacations gift certificate winner, and that winner is Deb Austin. So congratulations, Deb. You now have $100 to put towards your Amtrak Vacations trip. So I do just want to show you a quick little recap, too, of some of the packages that I highlighted today, some of the great pricing that we have there. Again, if you want to add rail from your local station, we can certainly add that on for you. Just give us a call or call your local travel agent, and we can customize any package. So it looks like we have a few questions coming in. So we have a question from Donna. Can I take a train from New York City to where I need to catch your train? Of course you can, Donna. For any of the packages, if you live in New York City or the New York City area, we can certainly start it with a train leaving from New York City to jump onto one of those trains there. We have another question from Donna. Me and my husband are planning a trip to San Diego with your escorted tours. What's included in our package? For that one there, Donna, if you want to give us a call, we can go over your trip there or your specific needs of what you're looking for to do in San Diego there. And this way we can make sure to include everything for you on it that you're looking to do. We have a question from Curtis. Can I make a custom vacation from scratch? You certainly can, Curtis. I will say we have over 350 packages, so we have lots of options. But you can definitely make one from scratch too. I'd recommend either calling us, calling your travel agent, and letting us know exactly what you're looking to do, what destinations you're looking to travel to, or maybe you want more of that rail experience. There's certain train routes that you want to be on. So it's always great to take a look at that map too, and we can certainly piece together a vacation for you. We have a question from Brandon. Do you get Amtrak rewards points if you purchase a vacation? Brandon, if you are part, or for anyone that's part of Amtrak Guest Rewards, for any of our rail trips that you book, you can earn points on the rail portion of your trip. So you can earn those Amtrak rewards points. So it looks like we actually have a couple questions asking about vegetarian options in the dining car or any specialty foods there. So if you do have, any allergies there, if you do have, you're vegetarian, vegan, anything like that, at the time of booking, definitely let us know about that so we can make sure that there's some food for you. The other thing to keep in mind is you can also bring food on board. So if you do have, specific dietary needs, anything like that, you can certainly bring some food on the train too. So we have a question from Roseanne. How long does it take to get to Chicago? Roseanne, I would love to answer that question for you, but I'm not sure where you're looking to come from in terms of where to go to Chicago there. So definitely give us a call your travel agent. Let us know which station is closest to you. If you're not sure, let us know, what city you live in, and we'll find the closest station and be able to answer that question a little bit better for you. We have a question, let's see here. We have a question from Lori. Are these prices per person? Yes, Lori, the prices showed here, these are per person based on double occupancy. So if anyone is a single traveler out there, definitely give us a call and we can price that together, as a single traveler. If you're traveling with your family, again, great discounts on our family adventures. But if you're looking to share that, hotel room there, maybe it's a group of you that are going together, again, your pricing will even be a little bit less. So definitely give us a call and let us know for specific pricing and specific dates there. We have a question from Rohana. Can I use reward points towards my vacation package? Rohana, while you can earn rewards points for the train portion of your trip, unfortunately you can't use those reward points for the hotels, sightseeing tours to put towards your vacation package. We have a question, let's see here. We have a question from Marissa. I need a quote or package for a family of 4. So it looks like, let's see, it looks like you have a very specific one, Marissa. So I will have one of our vacation specialists reach out to you for that, for your trip going to Canada, touring Toronto, Niagara Falls, and would definitely love to give you some other suggestions too about some great places to see and to visit there. We have a question from Mike. Mike, love this question. Are cocktails served on board? Is there any entertainment? Mike, yes, there are cocktails served on board, both in the dining car. You can certainly order, beer, wine. They have, mixed drinks there as well. There's also a snack car, and you can also purchase beer and wine there. And as far as the second part of that, as far as the entertainment there, on some of the long distance routes, as part of the Trails and Rails program, they'll have volunteers that will come on board, and they'll usually be in the observation car, and they'll talk about the sites and places that you're passing through, let you know a little bit about the history, the culture there. So it is really exciting to learn a little bit about the places that you're traveling through. As far as entertainment, I definitely say if you're on the train for, a few hours, you're on there for an overnight, anything like that, I always recommend people bring some games. Maybe bring, a deck of cards, small board game that's easy to travel with. And this way you can have some fun. Again, you're not stuck in your seat or in your room the entire time while you're on the train. You can get up, go to the observation car. At that snack car, too, they do have some tables, little booths there. So a lot of times you'll see families and friends all playing games with each other. So we have a question from Jeremy. If we add hotel to a trip to Chicago, can we use the code webinar APR to get the discount on the hotel? Jeremy, it would depend on the specific package of that promo code there. Again, it's for select independent rail journeys, which are our multi-city trips. I see someone else was asking if that getaway applied to if that discount applied to the Chicago getaway. That discount does not apply to just the getaway package. It's only for some of our multi-city trips. If you are doing the getaway, though, keep in mind if we're adding that Amtrak rail from your hometown, any of those everyday Amtrak discounts, those will apply to the rail portion. So we can definitely add those on. So whether you're a senior, AAA, military, if you're traveling with any children, we can certainly add that on for you. It looks like that's all we have for questions today. If anyone else does have any other questions, need anything at all, maybe you think of later while you're taking a peek at our website there, please feel free to reach out to us, give us a call, or call your local travel agent, and we can certainly help you out. Thank you so much, everyone, and hope you all have a wonderful